we have ArcGIS for this lab. We want to work on same data as previous lab but using ArcGIS, and we have different interpolation methods, and we want to create contours. First, create a new folder in computer that you're working with, and you can name it lab10, and copy and paste the Excel file in there. Now you can open the Excel file. If you have a quick look on that, we have soil thickness, easting northing elevation, and saprolite and limestone. And limestone is the rock that we want to mine. So for sure, our overburden thickness is soil thickness plus saprolite thickness. And we can calculate all these in Excel and then import it in ArcGIS, or we can calculate all these different thicknesses, different elevations, and also stripping ratio in ArcGIS. It's up to you. I'm going to explain it how to do that in ArcGIS. The other thing, we can see that these numbers have decimals, so I'm going ahead and changing all these, defining as number, and to 3 decimal, just to make sure that I will import correct numbers into GIS. Then next I save this file as a CSV, delimited file in the folder that I just created. If it already exists, you can replace it. And yes, you want to keep formatting. Now you can close this and save. I already saved it, so don't save. Next, we want to open ArcGIS. So it has different softwares, ArcGIS. So it's a package actually. What we want to use is ArcMap. So it has a globe shape with a magnifier. Click on that. It takes a while until it thinks, and open the file. Right, now that you have it open, if you have an old file that you just want to open your previous project, you can select it here or browse to it. Or right now we just want to create everything from beginning. So cancel this getting started window out, and now you are for sure you don't have this, and I don't think that you have this catalog as well. So you have a view like this. What we want to do is, first we want to open our catalog. So if you see this icon up here, you can click on that, or you can go to Windows drop down and bar up there. So in Windows, and click on catalog. So you see this window, you can mount it on right. So if you so the home for any folder is documents in folder ArcGIS. Then you can define a direction that will save all the files that you create in there. So that would be in folder connection. So if you have anything there, so you can right click on those and disconnect them, and then right click again on folder connections and click on connect to folder, and now you can browse to the lab10 folder that you just created. and click OK. So everything will going to save there. You can now, so we are now changing anything else in home or toolboxes. If you create a toolbox or anything in home, it's going to get saved there. You can change its directions later, but the main shapefile is going to get saved in folder connection. Now you can go and extend that direction, and you can see the CSV file that we created there. So click on the CSV file and drag it to this main window. It thinks for a while, and now in table of contents, it's the workplace that whatever you have open, it will show it here. You can see that if you don't have table of contents there, so in Windows drop down you can have it open, and then you can mount it on this corner. So right now this CSV file is just an Excel file. We want to make it and save it as an as a shapefile. Then ArcGIS is going to be able to modify it and do calculations on it, create folder, create contours or raster files out of it. For doing that, first let's go and open this file as an Excel to see if everything looks fine. Make sure we have these decimals and they are not integer values here. Next, what I want to do, click on display XY data and define X field as easting, Y field and northing, Z field as elevation. We don't have any coordinate system here. Click OK. It asks there is no ID field here. It's fine. Now you're going to be able to see, and then we have an outlier there. We first create a shapefile out of this, and then we can remove this outlier. Or this should be an error, not an outlier for sure, because they are there. So next, click on if you click on the icon that it's created for all these displayed X and Y's as boreholes, and then it added an events out of that, you'll be able to change its symbol. So we don't want to do it right now, so right click on the limestone data events, and in data you can export that. So in export we want all features. We wanted this layer source data, then click on browse. The location of that is our lab10 folder, but it's going to be a shapefile, so you can create a new folder there with new folder there and shapefile. And you can have everything saved there, and you can rename it as borehole. Make sure save as type is shapefile. So make sure to have save as type as a shapefile and save it. Now click OK, and it will ask if you want to show the data as a layer. Click yes. Now we have a shapefile here as borehole. Now you can right click on the Excel CSV file that you imported and remove it, and you can click on the icon of the boreholes and change it to whatever you want and different color that you want. Next, we want to remove this layer. If you have this select feature here in tools toolbar. So if you don't have tools toolbar, right click on the gray area on top, and in that drop down window make sure to have tools checked. Then you see this, and then you can from on the darker bar on top, you can mount it somewhere up there, and this icon is select feature. If you select that, the shape of the mouse will change, and now everything that you selected turns blue. It means that it's selected. However, if I select this borehole and delete it by keyboard, or even even it's not able to change it here. So the problem is that I want to select this shapefile as editable shapefile, or make it active in edit mode. For doing that, I want this toolbar as editor toolbar on. So right click on this gray bar area on top again, and make sure to have editor checked, and then you can mount it up there as well. And next, if you click on editor, and there's a little drop down here, you can click on start editing, and because you just have one shape file, it will turn that in edit mode. If you have different shape files, so it will show up a pop-up window, and you should select which shapefile you want to edit. Also, you can right click on the shapefile name in table of contents, and in edit feature click on start editing. As it is right now in edit mode, so it is not active to select anymore. So now if I select the selection feature and select this error borehole and delete it, so now it is fine. Now I can save edits and stop editing. So ArcGIS is a tricky software. What it means is it might crash anytime, so make sure to save frequently. So if I save this project in that lab10 folder, I will call it lab10, and it's a limestone data, so you can add limestone at the end if you want or not, and save it. Make sure to not to have pound or special characters in naming, just in case. So if I right click on the borehole shapefile and go to zoom to layer, so all of that would be zoomed. There is no error or strange outlier, and these are the boreholes, same as what we had in previous labs. Next, I want to have create contours out of that. For that, I want to have raster files, but before that, you can go to attribute table of that borehole and make sure we want everything that we want make out of contours out of that. So first we want overburden thickness, limestone elevation based of the requirements of the lab, and also stripping ratio, and then after that will be fine. So each of these columns of Excel file data is named a field, and now you can realize that an FID number is added to data, and also a shape field as well, so it shows that all of these data in this shapefile are points. No polyline, no polygon. You can click on table options and add fields. Now you can add thickness of overburden, so thick OB, make it as double, not text, double. Click OK. Also you can, so I want to make sure all of these numbers are not integer and I have correct decimals. Next I want to add another field as LMS elevation, same as double. Next I want to add another field named stripping ratio. That one is double as well, and click OK. Alright, first, then after having that, so I can close attribute table, save all ArcGIS file just in case. Next I want to define again this shapefile in edit mode, so right click on that, edit features, start editing. Next I open attribute table again. So if you want to define values for these fields, it should be selected in edit mode, but to add fields it shouldn't be in edit mode. I don't know why. Next I right click on the thickness overburden, it turns blue. It means all of this field is selected, so anything is selected it will turn blue in ArcGIS in attribute tables of that. Right click on that again and field calculator. So thickness overburden is thickness of soil plus thickness of sap. So that is the formula for thickness of overburden. Now we can click OK. It thinks and calculates records. You can Control S to save data. Next, right click again on LMS elevation, field calculator. Delete the previous formula. Now you can check here is LMS elevation equal. So LMS elevation is elevation minus, so I need to subtract thickness of overburden out of that. So click OK. It will calculate that. So all of these are in fit. Next is a stripping ratio, which is tricky.